Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your TNA Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977, episode 1949 the show. Glad you have you here, and we're about to finish up for the day, rest of the day and the evening. We just finished up on an episode of Rant Rate podcast. Again, my condolences to Zach Diortis, Zach Diortis. I can't pronounce his last name, but Zach Diortis. We had him on as a guest to deliver his eulogy for his brother. My condolences to him and the rest of his family. And to his I know it's like losing loved ones in the past, but not anybody close to my family and all yet. But I'm hoping that I lost both grandparents and an aunt, so we go from there. And a cousin as well. So, but let's get going here about TNA. This is the TNA before Genesis. The system kicks off TNA Impact. 6-man tag of Eric Young, Jonathan Gresham, and Steve Macklin went up against the system. And Young, Macklin, and Gresham won the matchup, but then the system decided to attack the winning trio after the matchup, and they ended up injuring Jonathan Gresham. And we more on that situation. Joe Hendry addresses, how he began his roots, how he began to be a wrestling fan and a musician. And, you talk about entertainment. By the way, Dan, this is a GoBots shirt. Been a GoBots fan since I was a kid growing up, and I'm a big Transformers fan too. So, and anyways, excuse me. Oh, sorry. He talked about he was a musician before he became a wrestler. It seems like you put the two together, and a lot of wrestlers have been doing that a lot. You talk about The Rock started to get into music, and then it continued on with Elias, and then Joe Hendry. Now Harley Cameron, is an accomplished musician and singer as well. So there's that. So Savannah Evans was supposed to be in action, and she was supposed to face Xia Brookside. But Xia Brookside says she's not medically cleared. But she knows someone who is. Lei Ying Lee, formerly known as Xia Lee, came out and fought Savannah Evans, and Lei Ying Lee ended up winning the matchup. And Gia Miller was winning with Jordynne Grace, and Jordynne Grace decided to call out Tessa Blanchard. So I'll be waiting in the ring to address it. And then they had the moment of the week, Genesis 2009, a no DQ match. Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett, the deal between that situation. Karen Jarrett, in the middle of that feud, when she divorced Kurt Angle and went over to Jeff Jarrett when his wife died. So, Monster Slamovich kind of addresses Rosemary and challenges her to a matchup. And, challenged Rosemary to a matchup. Mike Santana took on the Northern Armory in a gauntlet matchup. He beat Sinner and Saint, Judas Icarus, and Travis Williams, and then they both jump him before Josh Alexander came into the ring. So the referee rules no contest. Basically, Santana wins by DQ, but they'll take on Mike Santana will take on Josh Alexander. I said Josh Matthews. Why did I say Josh Matthews? I don't know. Josh Alexander in a matchup at Genesis. George Iceman cut a promo on Ash and I am not doing so well. Give me Ash and Heather by Elegance as they challenge Spitfire for the Knockouts Tag Team titles at Genesis as well. Rosemary ended up talking to someone, a mystery someone, about challenging Slamovich, and Raven was there giving a suggestion, and Rosemary took a knife to Raven's throat, and Raven's like, I've already been spoken for. And he made that suggestion. He said, why don't you find my personal Clockwork Orange House of Fun match for the Knockouts title, and Rosemary thought it would be a great idea, so that match is set. The Good Hands addressed the Atlanta crowd, because they were in Atlanta, and they were running their mouths about the Rascals. The Rascals came out, was facing the Good Hands, and Rascals ended up winning that matchup. Frankie Kazarian was talking to Rhino and said, I'm going to be out there with my, calling it Sean Gauntlet trophy, and if you hit Nemeth, I'll probably call it. But Rhino was just kind of giving him a dirty look and continued to work out and get ready for his matchup, the main event matchup. Macklin and Young very upset at the system for injuring Gresham, about to challenge him to a matchup, but then First Class interrupts them, and they start running their mouths, disrespecting Macklin and Young, who are not in a very good mood, and Macklin and Young goes, you guys want to bring it? That's fine. Alicia Edwards and Moose come out to address the Atlanta crowd and Ace Austin, and so he keeps running his mouth. Andrew Everett, who we have not seen in TNA for years, came out and basically got into the face of Moose, saying you're not true representative of the X Division. You don't make the X Division. And he says, you keep running your mouth, I'm going to beat you up. And then he attacked Andrew Everett, gets a referee out here. It was an X Division title match, impromptu match. Ace Austin was watching in the back, and Moose beat Andrew Everett. And then Sammy Callahan talks to Santino Marella and says, hey, PC and I have been undefeated as a team. We have not lost a match. What are you going to do? We're not even on the card. He said, I'll tell you what we're going to do. He goes, I'll put you in a non-title match against the Hardys. You guys win, you're in. And we'll make it a triple threat. And he goes, you know what? I like it. And then Jordynne Grace comes out, addresses Tessa Blanchard, and says, you want this locker room, you have to go through me. And here comes Tessa Blanchard. Both women started brawling to the point where security were hitting the ring to separate both ladies. And they'll go at it at Genesis. The main event, Rhino and Joe Hendry took on the Nemeth brothers. Ryan Nemeth and his brother Nick, the TNA World Champ. Frankie Kazarian was joining on commentary, attempted to cash in his trophy, but decided discretion is the better part of valor. So, let's see what happens next week. I think it was the final day before Genesis or something like that. Let's see what's going on the docket for tomorrow. We got Bullseye, of course, SmackDown, and supposedly we're going to get some snow on Saturday. And I really don't know if I have to shovel, but they said it's going to be less than an inch. And, well, tomorrow's supposed to be up in the 40s, and that could play a major role in, like I said, because I think what they're saying is, but it's supposed to be huge. But I don't know if we're going to shovel it at work. So just in case, there will be a Card Sharks money card set up for Saturday. So be on the lookout for that, so I can do some catching up and stuff. So that way, if I do have to stay behind to shovel snow, then you already have Card Sharks, and hopefully when I get home. But if not, I'll probably go straight home from work and basically just relax for the rest of the day. Because I know my job's making changes, so, and everything else in between. So we shall see what happens, and hopefully we'll be all right. And they say we might get some snow. They say we might not. They say anything about accumulations. We ain't going to be much. We shall see what happens, and I'll see what happens when I wake up Saturday morning. We'll see what, like I said, a lot of things are changing, a lot of things are happening, and we'll go from there. As far as Shenanigans Arcade goes, if I do have some time, we'll set up a Shenanigans Arcade. Also, Chilling with Jordy will be on Saturday as well at 8. AEW Collision as well. And if you saw Rant and Rave, it's announced that we're going to do another Netflix Live reaction to Monday Night Raw. Raw Netflix Live reaction. Because we had did so well in the views department. It's great to see. So, that's what we're going to do. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show. And episode 1949. As you know, we'll be 51 episodes away from the milestone of 2,000 episodes. Thank you for tuning in. And this coming Sunday, there's no football live reaction for the Patriots because season's over. Thank God for the Patriots. So, we shall see what happens. Thank you for tuning in, and until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, door for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.